This is Street Smart on the ground, where I answer your travel questions, real questions and comments from viewers about traveling in the developing world. None of this is theory. This is all road tested, hard won, hard learned lessons over decades of traveling in and through parts of the developing world. Central America, South America, Southeast Asia, all through the Caribbean, all kinds of different places. Now today, a question that came in from a viewer asking specifically about bus safety, and what if you're on a bus and somebody's trying to scam you and you have reason to believe that the bus driver is in on it. And as luck would have it, I was in exactly this situation. I think it was about 2 years ago, if memory serves. So I will unpack the situation and then let you know how I handled it and show you how you could handle it in the same way to shut down the scam. So I wasn't able to avoid it, which is level 1. I was able to shut it down while it was going on, which is level 2. Now, to set the stage for this event, I had just come back to Ecuador after visiting Canada, so I had a carry-on and a backpack. And I was going to a bus terminal north of Quito. Not Quitumbe, that's the huge one, but one of the smaller satellite terminals. And when the taxi driver dropped me off at this terminal, he said, "Watch your stuff and be careful because there's a lot of thieves here." And I thanked him because he's looking out for my interests. Good dude. Then I go to the ticket counter. It's a really, really tiny terminal. So I go to the ticket counter and I buy a ticket, and the lady at the ticket counter says, "Watch your stuff. There's a lot of thieves here. People are probably going to try and steal something from you." And I thanked her as well and went, okay, that's 2 people now in the last 5 minutes that have told me, be careful because this place is thick with thieves. So then I load my carry-on onto the bus, the undercarriage. There's like a baggage hold where they put bags that you don't want to take on the bus. And then I got on the bus. And this is another tip that's important. I don't ask for this seat, but every time I get on a bus, I go to the ticket window. If it's not jammed full, I am always sold a ticket that is on the right-hand side of the bus, usually the window seat overlooking the baggage hold, so I can see when we're making stops along the way, when they open up and close that, what's going on and off the bus. So if somebody decides they want to take something that belongs to me, I can see it and call it out immediately. It's hugely important that you're able to have access and a clear line of vision to your stuff. That will become more evident as this story unwinds. So I'm sitting there on the window seat, right-hand side of the bus. I've got my backpack, which has my valuables, such as they are, in between my feet on the ground. And this guy comes on and claims to work for the bus company. This is where this scam begins. I recognized it immediately. Like, this guy isn't the driver, and he's not the other person. Basically, on these long-haul buses, traveling through, again, the developing world, there's a driver. All that person does is drive. And then there's the helper. I don't know what the title is, but they collect fares. They do baggage handling on and off. They'll run up and down the aisles, taking care of questions or comments or like whatever comes up. Basically anything that needs to be done on the bus that isn't driving the bus is this person's job. 2 people. I had already identified those 2 people when I was loading my stuff into the bus. So this third person does not work for the bus company. And anytime you're anywhere in the developing world and somebody in a bus terminal comes up and offers to help you or tells you you have to do something, they don't work for the bus company. And they're not looking out for your best interest. They're looking out for their best interest and how can I scam this person. Also important to note, I was the only expat on this bus, the only gringo. So he comes on, points to my bag and says, "Oh yeah, your bag has to go up top." So the overhead storage, like on a plane. And it's totally empty, like nobody's put their bags up there. And I point out and I go, "Okay, why?" "Oh, because there's a fine, if your bag is there." Like, a fine for what? Like who? They're pulling the bus over and the cops are going to get on the bus and inspect your bags? Really? I've lived here for 2 years at this point. Like, I know this isn't true. So now I'm calling him out and he's getting nervous, like visibly, oh crap, this guy sees through me. He knows that I'm lying and trying to scam him. So we go back and forth and I just keep politely refusing to cooperate with him. And it's getting a little frustrating and I'm looking out and okay, there's the bus driver. And sure enough, the bus driver comes on the bus and says, "Oh yeah, all the bags have to go up top." And everybody on the bus has a bag on the seat next to them or on their lap. Nobody moves because everybody knows it's a scam. Nobody's looking out for me. but fair enough, they're looking out for their own stuff. So finally, I'm done arguing with this guy, and I'm like, okay, so if I'm getting in the driver's face, is he going to kick me off the bus, and then I'm hosed? Like, this is the only bus that goes to where I need to go, so I need to play this in a way that I get to where I'm going, and I don't get ripped off. It's two pretty simple things. So finally, I relent and say, okay, if you're going to put my bag up, it goes there. Right? If somebody is offering to help me, I tell them how to help me. They don't tell me how they're going to help me. Because the scam is this idiot that doesn't work for the bus company, and by the way, I was pretty sure was not Ecuadorian, is going to put the bag behind you in the overhead where you can't see it. And then they're going to steal your stuff. And when you go to get off the bus, because why would you check your bus, or why would you check the bag while you're on the bus? Then you realize, oh yeah, that guy stole my stuff. So he puts the bag up where I told him to put it. We get underway, and finally we're pulling out of the terminal, and I see this guy. He's now standing on the platform. So he doesn't work on the bus. I already knew that. He doesn't work for anybody in the terminal. He works for himself trying to scam tourists. That's his job. And he's looking at me, and I stared him dead in the face, right? Just right in his beady little eyes. I stood up, grabbed my bag from where he put it in the overhead, put it on the seat next to me, staring him dead in the eyes the whole time. Like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? I don't like getting in people's faces like that, but I like it even less when people are trying to lie to me and deceive me and try to steal my stuff. So in those situations, know that this third person does not work for the bus line or anybody in the terminal. They are opportunistic and they're trying to steal your stuff. 2, be polite but firm. And like I said, I wasn't able to tell this guy where I thought he should go and, nasty things about his mom, but he did finally do what I told him, and as soon as he was off the bus and the bus was moving, I just reached, grabbed my bag, and put it back where it was anyways. Right? Like, I'll play your game. What are you, like 2 years old? Do you think this is what expats do? Like, I've lived down here for 2 years. I know this game. You're not going to win. So, having said that, keep those things in mind. Keep your bag where you can see it at all times. Be firm but polite, and anybody that claims they work for the bus company, no, they don't. Aside from the driver and the helper on the bus, nobody works for the bus company. So hopefully those are actionable, easy tips to put into action so that you can recognize a scam. Ideally avoid it. I couldn't avoid this one, but shut it down while it's happening, even though the bus driver was complicit. Please share these videos with anybody who's traveling through the developing world or thinking about it. Don't be afraid of the buses. Don't be afraid about getting ripped off. Nobody wants to hurt you. They just want to take your stuff. That's it. And if you make it difficult for them to do that, they're going to find somebody that is much easier to coerce and try to steal their stuff instead. So again, please share this video with anybody who could derive benefit from it. Thanks for stopping by. This is Street Smart Travel, where I answer your travel comments and questions. If you have any questions, please post them below, or if you'd rather, drop me a line at Street Smart Travels at Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description for that. Happy trails. See you in the next one.